Introducing first out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 142 pounds, wearing black trunks with gold trim. His record, 21 victories, 6 defeats, 1 no contest. 9 of those victories coming by way of knockout. From San Antonio, Texas, and representing Palau, Mexico, Kendo El Tremendo Castañeda. Introducing out of the red corner, he weighed in at 142.8 pounds, wearing neon green trunks. His record, 16 victories with 1 defeat and 1 draw. 13 of those victories coming by way of knockout. From Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, Elvis, the Dominican Kid Rodriguez.
Right here, we're going to call on the letters here. We're going to call on the letters here. Step it up, let's go to work.
And now he's in this ring against Elvis Rodriguez. So we talked about the hunger of wanting to be a fighter, and we saw Yomar Alamo give Tiger Johnson all he could handle. Well, Kendo Castañeda's got a similar story. He works for FedEx. He gets up for the 3:30 a.m. shift to 8 a.m., then goes to the gym from 9 to noon.
The most tremendous boxer, the sweetest boxer, but he can box, and he can switch southpaw. Very well knowledgeable inside the ring in tactics and with his technique. You see him right now. You eat with the right hands against southpaws, and you see him going right to it. Nice left hand right down the middle. And the thing that I liked about that shot that Elvis just threw, is he threw it at the chest. He didn't throw it at the head.
You were mentioning that right hand that Kendo throws, especially when your opponent was dropped by a right hand in his last fight. You want to take him right back to that place and put him on alert. All right, first round in the book, and he just survived. His girlfriend, and his trainer survived a bad accident out there in Mexico after his girlfriend's last fight, Zarina McCoy, and we'll talk about that story later on in the fight. Suffered a concussion in June, and here he is.
Rodriguez, very patient in his approach. You know, he doesn't waste shots. He doesn't like to waste punches. Very calculated, Rodriguez, to be able to calculate the distance. Oh, no, he attempted the right hook, a lead right hook, just off the mark.
And moments ago, Steve Willis, third man in the ring, admonished both fighters to watch their feet because they're fighting for that
outside position. Yeah, lead foot dominance. Nice shot right there. Here you see Castañeda going right to the southpaw stance. You know, it confuses your defensive system. Oh, he got hurt with that. You see that when the left hand, again, when that left hand landed right there, it's a split second. It's like you're out of your body, like you're not there, like time freezes when you get hit with shots like that. And I say to myself, woo, I'm glad I didn't get hit with another shot after that.
You didn't get hit with the woo-woo?
Woo-woo.
We're at the Madison Square Garden.
Flashy for me, bro. I like to just stay simplicity, stay simple, you know, subtle, you know, for the weight class. Good punching power, good skill.
He's jabbing right to the body there from Elvis Rodriguez.
Look, Castañeda is the type of fighter, again, that if you allow him to get comfortable, if you allow him to gain confidence, he can be a sore thumb. You know, it's the third round right now. And now you're starting to see Elvis starting to pick it up.
Nice combinations there from Rodriguez. Good defense, though, from Kendo Castañeda, keeping his defensive responsibility at the max because he understands the power that Elvis brings with 13 knockouts and 16 wins. Nice left, throwaway left, and then a short right hook from Elvis.
Absolutely, that's for sure.
Ooh, nice.
And he might get something through on you.
That's another right hand, and then follows it up with a right to the body. So physical size difference that you see that favors Elvis Rodriguez here as he goes downstairs once again.
The head of Castañeda.
scheduled for 10 rounds here inside the theater at MSG.
They just align with one another, so that's why you saw the heads collide right there.
It made me think of you and Manny Pacquiao as I was reading the Freddie Roach notable fighter strength 15+ champions, Oscar De La Hoya, Manny Pacquiao among them, and you fought against him 3 times.
Yeah. Manny Pacquiao, definitely all-time great, in my opinion. Top 10, one of the best fighters of all time. Go ahead.
Elvis Rodriguez is a Dominican fighter. There's Dominican fans here, and you know what they were just chanting?
What?
Polanco.
Oh. They saying Polanco gonna eat him. Hey, Polanco's a bad boy, man. He really is. He impressed me tonight. But you saw the big miss upstairs from Elvis Rodriguez.
Yeah, didn't miss there.
One thing, see, and he went to the body there. Yes, that's excellent. And you see how it's got Castaneda's attention. But one thing you can learn from one of the pound-for-pound best fighters of this generation, Canelo Alvarez, is that you don't always have to swing for the head. Fighters need to start swinging for the shoulders.
What do they say? Hit him anywhere? Sometimes you just hit him anywhere.
Oh,
nice body work there at the end of this 10th, of this 4th round for Elvis Rodriguez.
Short right.
Round by round.
That barbecue sauce on those ribs, baby. Straight left hand down to the body, right on the belt line from Elvis. You know, going down to the body. It definitely can tame your opposition. Tame him, take his stamina, take his legs. Anything he had planned, guess what? Anything he ate, it's going to rattle all of that. You know, it's a great weapon to use to break down your opponents.
The body, it's hooks to the side, to the ribs, to the spleen, or to the liver, right?
And also be able to move your feet like a Marquez, who can move his feet, who can close the distance on you, who can chase you around the ring and still be explosive.
Man,
if they're not on balance. You know, that was a attempt there.
Oh, nice right uppercut there.
There it is.
Elvis Rodriguez finally pouring it on.
Again, just watch his feet, how he slides along the canvas. They like to have their feet planted underneath them. That's a good combination right there. He hurt him with that shot. You saw Rodriguez, he's missing a shot. I like the 2 punches downstairs, but give me that uppercut upstairs.
And you see the cut over the right eye or the left eye of Kendo Castañeda.
Castaneda's game, man. He's definitely game.
But I think he's game because Rodriguez is missing that 3rd follow-up shot.
That was an attempt right there, an uppercut from too far away. But in the inside, when he dug down to that body, Castaneda's leaning forward. And that's the perfect time to send that uppercut right up the middle. It's open. Uppercuts are so dangerous, man. You don't see the, ooh, yes. That was a sharp uppercut right there.
Dogfight, bro, all right? Make it fucking ugly.
Look at the jab right there. Bust him right up. Good follow-up. A miss. However, that uppercut, again, what he did was he came around, got that hand to push outward, and then he came right up the middle. He uses Adrenaline 1000. That's all they use. Adrenaline 1 and 1000.
Nice straight left from Elvis. You see now the momentum turning towards Elvis, going downhill and just punishing Kendo.
And he's hiding right now what he doesn't want Elvis.
Yeah, he doesn't want Elvis to see just how big that cut is.
Or see that weakness, sense weakness.
Nice body shot from Elvis Rodriguez. This time it was a left to the solar plex. Losses by stoppage against Antonio Moran in 10. El Pugar, Raul Curiel, the Mexican Olympian, 10-0.
Heavy shots.
At 10:30 Eastern, we invite you to join us on ESPN. That is Bruce Shoo Carrington, the undefeated, top-rated WBA featherweight contender. He turns this building into Shoe York City when he comes here, there with his fiance. And you do not want to overlook him. And Shushu said, look, guys, Castaneda trying to land that right hand, but Rodriguez using his hands to set up his fists. Nice body work, though, from Castaneda.
with shots. Not shots that he can see, but shots that he don't see.
And change the tempo. No,
Yes.
we talk about guys
Everything
like
is hard.
becoming predictable.
You know what happens? Some fighters will get used. Hold on. Oh.
Look.
That's my guy right there. Them eyes, boy. Hey, you better stop. That's my guy.
If someone has fun refereeing a fight, it's Steve Willis. And he's good at what he does.
And he stays out of the way. Look at him. He doesn't intervene.
And you know what? Like, look at his energy. Just chill. Like, a lot of referees are running around the ring,
Yeah.
you know, trying to find position. And broadcast at 10:30. He's with Mark Kriegel in the locker room. Man, when you were in the amateurs, you fighting a kid from this area, and you're like, oh, man, they got an attitude about them.
Attitude, swagger, they can all fight. Projected that he was going to be, when he was a young kid, she told him that he was going to be trained by Freddie Roach. They went into a store. They saw Freddie and Manny Pacquiao on the shirt. The mom bought the shirt, told him to his face at a young age and said, hey, one day he's going to be your trainer. Polanco.
Ooh, nice combination from Kendo. Man, dude, don't start that. It's like when people start to wave at Dodger Stadium. Stop it.
The 140-pounders. I think Polanco looked serious.
We'll have that conversation.
I wouldn't mind seeing Polanco against this man right here, Castaneda. And let's see what he can do against this.
Polanco's sitting there watching the fight.
Oh, you know what? It can be. It can be a fight that Top Rank can do. For sure.
Now you see Elvis trying to
finish.
dig with that right hook. He's bleeding from the mouth. Maybe that shot woke up Elvis Rodriguez, and he wants to get Kendo out of here.
I don't know if he got hit with big shots tonight. I don't recall, but his face is swelling.
Yeah.
A lot. I mean, some fighters have really sensitive skin, man.
8 rounds in the books. Scheduled for 10. Let's listen to Freddie.
Let that nose be what it is, and you don't want to be sneezing and blowing out like that because it will swell your eyes. Need a little bit more creativity if he's going to stop this man right here, Castaneda. Everything doesn't always have to be hard. I understand you're in the hurt business. You want to hurt your opponents. However, you can slow the pace down. You can start touching your opposition, just placing shots. He has heavy enough hands to be able to land shots and set up other shots. Castaneda, if you want to hurt him, you got to hit him with something he's not expecting.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you got to do, but it's been the same rhythm from Elvis Rodriguez.
Exactly,
and I think that's what we talk about. What makes fighters special is when they have the capacity to switch their pace up, to pick it up at certain moments, to switch the cadence of their punches. And Elvis is very predictable here, and he's been that way since round 1.
From that aspect you just talked about, Bernardo.
Yeah, but we talked about how this is going to be a comparison of these 3 fighters at 140 pounds. Rohan Polanco head and shoulders above in his performance from what we saw comparatively to Tiger Johnson and what we're seeing from Elvis Rodriguez.
Good shot.
Everything you work for your whole career, and come down to this round, bro. You hear me? You hear me? You gotta throw, you gotta keep throwing, bro. But you can't relax. Listen to me, listen to me. You can't relax. You gotta stay right-handed and you cannot fucking relax. Crossing your...
Work behind that jab in the right hand. Body hand, okay?
Yeah.
Let's go. This is your round. Let's go.
You gotta pick it up. You have to stay low, okay? Don't pull back like this. Swing your overhand, right?
10th and final round, and Kendo Castañeda coming out against Elvis Rodriguez, who has been dominant in this fight so far.
It's number 15 overnight. I became number 2 in the division. How? A little bit of money. That's it. You know, rankings is when you have a talented guy, you have a promotional company that is, you know, in bed with the ranking or the sanctioning body, and that's the way you're able to get ranked. Yes, they give you credit on the type of fighters you face. However, you can move easily to the #1 spot. Against this competition, you have to dominate. And if you dominate this competition, they got to step you up in the class. You dominate that competition, then they have to step you up in class. And by that time, now they're saying, you're ready for a championship. That's how it goes.
Yeah, and you know, you talked about fighters losing rankings. Floyd Cashflow Diaz went from ranked 25th in his 11th fight. After his 12th pro fight, he was dropped to number 27. So it can regress if your performance is not on par with what is expected of you as that ranked fighter.
Has a good poker face as well, can take a big shot. Absolutely. You look at him playing the system. There it is. And he survived the stoppage. And Elvis didn't turn it up either. And that's a situation that Elvis is in. He's been at this for some time now. And you want to continue to see growth over and over and over. He looked a little bit better, but I'll tell you this. If he doesn't have more grit and toughness in his ability, and if he don't take more chances, he's not going to go very far. You know, 140 is a stacked division.
Mark Constantino and Tony Paolillo both have it 100-90. Glenn Feldman scores it 99-91. All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, Elvis, the Dominican Kid Rodriguez.